Welcome to Traci Moon, and I wanted to review a couple of circles today. These are very important to start your magic practice. I'm going to go over the Universal Magical Circle by EA Koetting. It is very big, it's very durable, and if you've ever tried to make your own circles before, it can be very time consuming to create them yourself. I wanted to show you how big these circles are, but two people can fit in them. And what you want to do is you lay them out in front of your altar. It's really quite big. I'm just going to lay in it to show you how big it is. And I'm 5'2". And I think it goes from the tips of my fingers to the tips of my toes in any one direction. So usually, if I'm sitting here, someone else could also sit here. It's that big. I wanted to show you that it is important to have a universal circle. This one in particular is very great because it's made for any type of evocation or invocation, and instead of being afraid of the spirits or confining them and restricting and making them do something, this is more like a circle of invocation to come, and I invite you into my circle where we can create our magic. The other circles that are out there, there's Circle of Solomon, the Goetic ones, they work out of like fear that these entities are going to get them, so they trap them in a triangle, and I don't work like that, like at all. Anytime that I'm doing work with invoking types of energies into my circle, I want them to feel like my brothers and sisters, like they are my friends, to come here and we work together to create the magic that we want, with the desire and the outcome. So it's very important, when working, to have a circle. You could simply draw a circle with your fingers if you wanted to, and imagine what you have around you. You could use different magic wands that you have. I've got mine from the Luciferian Apotheca for Hecate. And go counterclockwise. Usually I just face a certain direction, like south, invocating Satan, Set, Iblis, Ahriman. Those are all rulers of the south. And I go counterclockwise from south to east, which is Lucifer, morning star, evening star. We would go to the north for Belial and the gateway of Death, to the west of Leviathan, Tiamat, the energies of black, and the west, and just finish. Zip! I always go up, and I just continue to go to the core of the earth, and you can trace sigils in the directions. If you know Lucifer's sigil, you can trace it. By creating the sigil, you can be the creator of your magic. So I think it's important when you're working in, with a partner, you get the bigger circle is very, very nice. You get complete and total compliance. I'm going to show you another one. This one is by Asenath Mason. It is the Qliphothic Circle. It has the dragon on it and the gatekeepers of the Qliphoth. So it is significantly smaller than the other circle. Actually, it's about the same width, but it's definitely not the same. Let's see. This one is about 5 inches smaller lengthwise. Also, the circle is much smaller, as you could see. It's basically for one person to work in. You could probably, work by stepping on whatever, or sitting on this, but it's very much smaller, mainly just for you. and your book. Let me look real quick. I do have these, you know, Qliphothic Meditations by Asenath Mason. She has a set and a series. I actually use this myself, and Qliphothic Meditations. It's really pretty cool. Let me see if I can find my sigil that I work with from this book. It's not somewhere. I didn't like really plan on talking about this book specifically, so I don't know where my sigil is. But it, you know, it walks through how to create your meditations on, you know, using the move-in, the Star of the Qliphoth, and, you know, working with this specific circle. It doesn't have to be the Qliphoth. You can use it for regular spells. You could do love spells. I want to just recommend that if you do get the Qliphoth Circle, you get the series of her books. There are the meditations like we talked about. There's the, what does that say? Invocations and Evocations, learning how to work with these entities. And the Tunnels of Set, which is the Tree of Death, or the Qliphoth, as they call it. So I really like these books. You know, in mainstream media, you're always going to hear about having so much fear to work with the Tree of Death. Oh, it's so scary. But it's not. It's not any more scary or hard to work with than the Tree of Life, right? So it is very biased opinions out there. My opinion is it's all based on you, your knowledge, and if you buy the books, you read them, you put them into practice. You can actually get all of these books at Become a Living God, which I have an affiliate link. You can click in the description somewhere down there. I will eventually have like the list where you can find the Qliphothic Circle. I love it because it has the dragon and each one of the symbols of the Qliphoth demons associated with the Tree of Death. I am embarking on that. I am not a professional by any means on, you know, knowing all the information that's out there. There's a lot to know. There's lots of books. I've bought lots of books, and I have practiced and practiced for years now. We're going into 3 years of practicing and reading, and I'm going to tell you, there's really nothing to be afraid of. As where, you know, when you're using the other circles for Solomon or what, they have just a totally different idea. I'm an eclectic witch, eclectic black witch. So I take what works, I leave what doesn't work, and what I'm here to say is that with using these circles, there's no fear. You do not have to fear. It's not going to, you know, if you're a mental person and you have issues in real life, then you'll have issues on whatever you're doing anyway. So it doesn't matter. But the key point is that it's probably more mental to think that it's okay to, you know, go to church and get the Nazarene indoctrination and think that it's okay to attack people on their beliefs and burn the Church of Lucifer down. Like, that's mental. But using these circles, I was going to say, we'll just take a look closer. See if I flip it. You can see that it is a little bit smaller circle. But I think the most important is just, you know, the working space inside of here is basically for one person. You know, I don't like sitting on these just because I want to be able to see them, and I really think that having both is an option. If you go to Become a Loving God, usually they're $197 a circle, but if you buy both of these, which lucky for you, you've got an opportunity for a discount. They're like $317 for both instead of over $400. So it's a good time to get yours. I recommend it. They have really great symbols. They're heavy duty. made from an actual tarp company or something, you know. Well, I guess we could go over like the directions. I mean, I'm not sure. I just kind of wanted to kind of show you these circles and do a little review about them. I use both. I actually, when it's not in use, I hang it in my bedroom on the wall. I think that it makes me feel really good in my bedroom like that when I'm sleeping. You know, I think there's a lot of fear based around working with entities that are, you know, very unknown. But the more you get to know these the feelings of these different entities, the better you're gonna feel. And you know, I have my altar set up, and you can use all kinds of different things. You know, it's good to find a chalice. I have my dragon, Athame. You know, this one's decorative. It doesn't have to be, but I like to use the dragon as symbolic imagery. I always have my Lucifuge Rufacao for my money. And you can use bells. There's sage and abalone shells. You know, dragon's blood sage. I have blood for blood rituals. This is my death area, my sister's ashes. There's some voodoo dolls I got from Baton Rouge. My masks, my Baphomet mask. There's all kinds of different things that you can like start working with. Death magic. There's, you know, different. I put the ashes on the car to make a car wreck, and there's a cat skull from my cat that died. I buried him and got him unburied. You know, you can use different. This one is a scrying mirror. It's really cool. I like to just sometimes keep it on my altar. You light a candle. You know, so I just want to, you know, just have a little bit of review on the magic circle. It's important to have a circle. If you're just starting out, I understand why you wouldn't want to have one. They're a little bit expensive, but when you start getting into this work, you really want to have one. It's important. Even this one is the go-to, and the Koetting Circle is go-to. It's built on, you know, like friendships with entities, because you really want them to be a part of you. You know, if you're working with them, I don't think it's good to be based out of fear. And you know, if the spirit's after I'm done working, I'm like, if you want to stay, stay. If you want to go, go. But I'm closing the circle now, but the environment is open and you can stay here and, you know, do what spirits do. But if they're busy, they can go, you know, if you want to. And so, you know, you got to make your sacred space. Mine is my living room. As soon as you walk in, this is what you see. This is what you get. And it works for me. It's a very sacred space. I don't have people over, so you know, if they come over, that's fine. It's not my problem if they feel uncomfortable. Usually nobody's going to feel uncomfortable here. So anyway, that's my review of the Magic Circle by EA Koetting and Asenath Mason. If you want to get your own, now's the like right time to do it. It's only $3.17 for both circles, much cheaper than what I got mine for, which was $197 plus tax and shipping. So that's it. I sign off. Like, share, subscribe. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. I will answer them. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and bye.